Hey everybody, how's it going? What is up? It's me, Twister Winstocker here, bringing you guys another video. And today we're going to be talking about The Conjuring, which is a 2013 supernatural horror film that takes place in 1971. So let's dig into this and see what it is that it is. So, this investigation team, husband and wife, freshly got off of investigating the Annabelle doll case and going around giving lectures on all the supernatural stuff they've seen and all this stuff. Is touring, talking about it, showing video of it, and this family that moves into this farmhouse who has a dog that refused to go into the house, which why they didn't take the dog any more serious other than them thinking it was stubborn, I don't know. So the next morning, one of the girls come down because there's 7 people in this family and finds the dog dead. And then eventually they find birds dead around this house. And strange things happen, like pictures fall off the wall. The wife has bruises that doctor, I guess, is telling her is iron deficiency. The mom gets trapped in the basement after playing a game of clap with her daughter, and a ghost says, "You want to play hide and seek or something?" and then claps, and all this stuff is going on. So the mom eventually tracks down this duo that investigates of the Annabelle case and brings them to the house, which the husband doesn't want to go, but the wife was like, sure. She comes in and it's revealed that she sees an entity attached to the family, and they decide to investigate. And they set up all these microphones and equipment and cameras and all this, which is kind of weird because I didn't know boom mics was actually made in the 70s. I thought they were a little newer. But considering microphones been around for a while, I guess. And they set up, and one girl finds this music box and says that you play the tune, and then after the tune's over with, you're supposed to see whoever. And it goes through this, and it has a bunch of things where it tries to jump scare you. And it's like, and eventually they find out that there, is a secret path in behind this little dresser that the one girl keeps sleepwalking and banging her head into. This other girl who gets her leg grabbed in the night, who almost gets dragged out of bed, and sees the ghost. And so eventually it's revealed that this witch who killed her 7-day-old baby, and then professed her love to Satan, and then cursed her land for whoever moves in on it, lives on it, whatever, is involved in all these killings, because there's several of these killings going on this property. And the mom gets possessed, and in this part it kind of feels like poltergeist in kind of a weird way, because they move up the house and into a hotel, and then instead of stuff happening at the hotel, which I thought some things was, because I thought it was going to be on the lines of poltergeist, the mom takes 2 of the daughters. I don't know why all the daughters, because this family is supposed to have 7 people in it, and why only 2 daughters. And she gets back to the house fully possessed by this witch, because they realize, oh gosh, those bruises are the witch taking control over her. Which I have to admit, that scene where the mom is sleeping and you see a bruise appear, and then she wakes up to see the witch above her, and then the witch spews blood or whatever it was supposed to be into her mouth to completely control her, start taking control over her, was okay. I mean, it wasn't the best, but it was like, I was kind of expecting it. but it was one of the better parts of the movie. And then you see a ghost above the chest drawer, cupboard, whatever you want to call it, drawer, stand-up closet, that the girl keeps banging her head in. They find a secret passage down to the basement. The paranormal hunting wife does by accident after figuring out, oh, by the way, that's where the music box goes. And then she finds a noose, and it's like, worse. And of course, so they figured that out. The mom, takes the daughters back to the hotel, hotel, yeah, to kill them. They tie her. They eventually have to grab her by a blanket or sheet because she's too strong. And they handcuff her and chain her, and the cop gets badly scratched on the face. He decides to perform an exorcism because the church is taking too long, because the whole routine of you got to show this happening, and then the church has to decide whether the exorcism can happen. They decide, well, they're taking too long, let's do this. And then the wife shows that the mom, who's possessed by the witch, after they find the Asian guy that's part of the paranormal team, finds the other daughter and happens to shout it out, which grabs the witch's attention. It's like, yeah. And so the wife, paranormal investigator, shows her, because she has this ability to touch a picture and then see something that has happened in the past, which is kind of a cool thing, I guess. And shows her, a happy moment in life that snaps her out of it, and she becomes her normal self. And I gotta say, the whole last 30 minutes of the movie, where the transformation of the mom was done, was actually pretty well done. I was pretty impressed with the whole, witch-looking thing, the possessed-looking thing. It was not as cheesy as The Exorcist, which I realized that movie was literally made in the 70s, 80s, something like that. So the makeup was kind of cheesy, and the wife still can't watch that movie. I mean, she can't even get past the 10-minute mark on that movie before she's like, nope, can't watch it. And I sit there, watch it, and pretty much, like, I guess it's because I'm weird like that. And the makeup, and then the makeup's on the point to, or maybe a little better than The Exorcism of Emily Rose, I believe is the name of that movie. So the makeup was done really well toward the end of the film, and the chair turning upside down was pretty cool. They did the whole camera thing, so if you're a little sensitive to cameras, you may not like this movie, because I know a lot of people had trouble watching Halloween Resurrection, I think it is, where the cameras always moved because it was attached to people's heads and it made people nauseous, or the Blair Witch Project, which this movie is on the same lines to me as the Blair Witch, because I didn't like either movie. Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows, or Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2, however you want to say it, was a lot better movie, I think, because I just didn't care anything about the cast on the original Blair Witch. This cast in the second one was a lot better. The cast in this movie was okay. I didn't really grow any attachment to any of the characters. It was kind of just another whatever movie. So if I have to rate it, I give it like a half a point out of 10. I think that's how I'm just going to rate all these movies, because I find them boring, and everything in them has already previously been done somewhere else, so it's just kind of, waiting for that jump scare, or not really surprised at how it ends. It's kind of like, oh, yeah, I could see that. It's like, whatever. So, yeah, I watched it. I'll probably watch the second one. I'll probably watch Annabelle, and I'll probably watch Annabelle 2, but Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave comments down below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.